joining, and I'm excited to officially welcome Leah Caplanis here with us on our Women's History Month series. We're so excited at Mariano's to be celebrating women entrepreneurs, and I love Leah. I've known Leah actually since 2014. Which was the year I started, and we'll talk about this, the year I started at Mariano's, but it was also the year that she launched her brand, and we're very, very proud to carry it in the stores. So Leah, say hi to everyone, and I think we should start with a cheers, and then we're going to talk about everything social.
Yes, well, cheers to all of you for putting this together. I'm so grateful and excited to be here with you. And happy International Women's Day to everyone.
Happy International Women's Day and happy Women's History Month to everyone.
Yes, yes.
All right, so Leah, we're sampling the OG social.
Yes, the first one.
So tell everyone about this flavor and why it's so special.
Yeah, so Hibiscus Cucumber. So started, like you said, back in 2014, I had one flavor, Hibiscus Cucumber, and basically what makes it so special is that we use organic hibiscus extract. So what that is more than just a flavor or an all natural flavor. This is organic flower juice of sorts. And it comes in these pails. It's bright red. And if you think about hibiscus, there's all this hibiscus tea out there and all these, just these studies that show that hibiscus is so good for us. So that's why I love having it in here.
I love it too. And I love that it gives, the drink has a really, really pretty color. It's not quite pink, but it has a beautiful color to it. And I love hibiscus. I have high blood pressure. So someone said hibiscus helps with high blood pressure. So I'm sure I could just drink this and it'll help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Health benefits. So Leah, when you started your business, so I used to run a PR firm before I joined the team at Mariano's, and Leah was one of our clients, and we loved her so much because not only is she so amazing and cool, but her brand has such a great backstory that I'd love for you to share with everyone, because it really was the whole impetus for you starting social.
Yeah. So, my journey really started when I was 26 and I was living in Chicago. I was in sales and I was getting my MBA at University of Chicago at night, part-time. And I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And rather than have surgery, I ended up healing holistically. And so I went on this journey to explore all these different diets and all of these different alternative therapies and just try anything that I could to go that route. And it took a couple years, but it worked. And I didn't drink alcohol that entire time, over, almost 3 years. And when I wanted to drink again, I just, started looking around and I was thinking, there just wasn't something out there that I felt really great about drinking with my new diet and newfound knowledge. And so I started, doing a project at University of Chicago, and we started doing research on specifically, what people, why they like a certain drink and why they don't. And from that, we created this new concept, which was a low ABV sparkling wine.
Yeah. And a delicious wine.
Yeah.
So I remember when we worked together, there was quite a process of what this wine actually was and how you made it.
Yeah. So we innovated, I guess you would say, in that what I heard from people is that, maybe let's just say sometimes they want to drink a vodka soda, but they don't like the alcohol, how high of alcohol, or they would drink beer, but, maybe they didn't like the gluten or the bloating, or wine, but, sometimes they didn't like sulfites. And so I just sort of looked at all these things that were sort of cons about all these different categories. And so when I was, creating social, what we did was, instead of using wheat because there's gluten, instead of using grapes because there is sulfites, we make it from organic brown rice. And it's sort of a trade secret way that we do that, but it's just been known to be really easy for your liver to digest. And so, so we've been making that. We're really the only one out there making this way. And then we add in these different, botanicals and superfoods to flavor it.
And I really truly believe this. You are an innovator in this category. And I love the word innovate. That's like my word of forever, because I'm tired of pivot and some of the other words we've been using, but you really are an innovator in this category. And actually you're a pioneer in this category, because the sparkling beverage category, really hasn't taken off, except for the last year, but you were one of the first products out there. I mean, I remember us talking about, we were all like obsessed with the little Sophia sparkling wine cans. And this was sort of like, in that genre, but you really created one of the first sparkling beverages.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, back then it was, people thinking I was crazy for putting wine in cans and lower ABV and it's organic. Nobody, they think people don't care about health if they're drinking. And, flash forward 8 years with all the seltzer boom. I mean, it's just blown up like
Right.
crazy. And the health, the better for you movement really has entered into the alcohol space in a lot of ways. And yeah, it blows my mind to think how big it's gotten.
And we need to actually get you more credit for that, because that's remarkable that you were so ahead of that curve. And and speaking of better for you, we had a call earlier today with some of our other vendors. We did an Insta Live with one of our water vendors, and the better for you movement really has taken such a big leap over the last year. Where I think and I remember when I started at Mariano's, we started to have certain aisles that were like, okay, this is gluten free, or this is like keto, and some of the other health benefit foods weren't really that popular. Even plant-based items, and like the Morning Stars, and now we're into like Impossible and Beyond Burgers and all that kind of stuff. But it really has grown tremendously over the last, I'd say, year as well.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with COVID and people being at home, drinking more, they're thinking about, how do we upgrade these
Yeah.
options?
Not that it's an upgrade necessarily, but what's great about your product too is that they're easy to drink on their own. You can use it as a mixer if you want to, get creative with some cocktailing, especially with vodka, is what you recommended.
Yep.
But it pairs really well with food, which, as we go through the flavors, and we'll get to the next one in a few minutes, but you really do have, your flavors are so food friendly. But you can also just kind of, sit on the couch and watch, Oprah interviews and feel like you're just, ready to relax.
Yep. There's definitely food that goes with each one, but in general, they all go great with seafood. Think like oysters, salad, salmon, anything like that. This one I say goes really great with pizza and The Bachelorette, or some other fun show. Just our apple, kind of like our cider version. Um,
Right.
yeah.
I think actually, what we should do after this? We should build a pairing of social with all the varieties with a food and a show. I think that'd be really
Yeah.
fun. All right, we'll work on that next. We'll work on that next. All right, but let's get to another flavor. I know we have them in order. Now we're gonna try we're gonna actually go to the Elderflower Apple.
Yep. So this one was created because I saw that people were drinking ciders, but a lot of the ciders out there were too sweet or they were too dry. So this one is Elderflower Apple, and the elderflower has like a elegant, refined kind of dry, and then the apple brings that cider sweetness. So
Yeah, I really like to enjoy these as a wine, because when you give them a swirl and you smell them, like they are so perfumey and like aromatic, and you just really get a sense of like what it's really going to taste like.
thank you. Yeah, we actually are. We launched in bottles just in a gift set, which Mariano's carried last year around the holidays. A really cool gift set that had other Chicago-owned women's companies in it as well. But yeah, we're actually going to be launching in bottles soon, just because there's just those times when you want to drink it from a bottle.
Right. Well, the thing about also this product is that you and I are putting it in our fancy glasses, but you could have it out of the can. You could serve it with a straw. As we get into, being able to celebrate more with friends, it's a great like single serve item if you're having people in your backyard, or if everyone's vaccinated. I think they said there could be like 15 people at once celebrating together if everyone's vaccinated. So hopefully we'll all get there soon. And
Yes.
I think it's great, like in the summertime, if you're like at a park or going to movies in the park, or you want, chilled, you're on a boat and you throw it in the cooler. It's like the perfect thing to enjoy when it gets really warm, because the can will keep it really cold.
Yeah,
Or the
I
bottle.
think socials born. Sometimes they say born for the beach or born for the boat or born for the barbecue. It's definitely, yeah, that's why we put it there, so you could, take it wherever and have it be convenient.
I
So
love it. So let's talk more about this flavor, because I think the flavors are so unique and special. Obviously, there's so many great products on the market right now, in terms of like carbonated beverages. But these are really nuanced to me. Like that elderflower is very mild. It almost, reminds me of, if we're talking about cocktails, like Saint Germain, that like, but very like a mild flavor. And then the apple, to your point, I think ciders can be, sometimes I don't really care for them because they could be very like acidic or tart. And this has like a really good balance. And I think that elderflower balances it really well.
thank you. Yep, that's the goal for sure. Just make like a balanced, easy to drink beverage.
So you said this pairs best with what? If I was gonna whip
Well,
out
this
dinner tonight.
this was going to be, really, this can go great, just like you would do with any Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc, really, at dinner. But also sometimes I just think it goes great with, like the Bachelorette and pizza or just anything hanging out.
I know when I was enjoying the hibiscus cucumber, I thought that would be like perfect for like a sushi, or, right now at the store, we do a lot of grab and go dinners. And I think it would go really well. We have like a great like poached salmon, and it would like, when we do like Brussels sprout side, I think that would make a really good combination.
Yeah, anything sushi, anything, with like, ginger or just, hibiscus cucumber is so great for any kind of
Like a
Japanese-ish food.
spicy poke bowl or something really,
Mhm.
really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let's try the next one. I think we wanted to do the grapefruit next.
Yes. So this is grapefruit ginger. And what's special about it is the ginger is actually organic ginger extract. So it is real ginger, organic ginger. And I created this because, at the time, it's so funny, we have to look back and there's been so many trends. But at the time, people were drinking a lot of Radlers, also a lot of Moscow mules. So what I did was I took the grapefruit from the Radlers and the ginger from the Moscow Mule and used it to create like a grapefruit citrusy beverage that was more interesting.
I love it. Yeah, Vicky Scott says she loves the ginger component. I do too. The minute I open the can, I could smell it in a good way. It just really, it's so energizing to smell it. Ginger is definitely one of my new favorite like ingredients to use at home that I never really used before. I throw it in like everything, and I love it, and the kids love it too.
I know, it's so easy just to like add some flavor to a dish with just a little bit of ginger,
Oh, Laura Haywood is drinking this one. Cheers to you. Happy
Hey,
International
Laura.
Women's Day. This is a really great flavor. So what would you have with this one?
So this is definitely, to be honest, a lot of times we'll add tequila to this one if we're making margaritas. Or you can just add vodka to it to make, kind of a funky mule. And then as far as food, let's see, I mean, it goes great with like, I actually like it with Mexican food, but it also goes great with like pizza or, any kind of common food. All of them you can kind of drink, with most things, but
Right.
yeah, I think this one just got a little more zesty, fun fiesta feel to me.
Yes.
And so I like it for parties. Yeah.
It definitely would be perfect for Taco Tuesday night. Absolutely. That's what I would pair it with for sure. I actually last night made, and I actually love this dish. I make it often. I take a giant pineapple and I cut it in half, and then I'll post a picture. And I take everything out, like all the pineapple out. And then I do a teriyaki chicken, cauliflower rice, green onion, lots of fresh ginger that I like hand grate into it, garlic. And it's like, this would have been the perfect thing to drink with it.
Oh my gosh.
So the next time I make it, I'm going to make sure I have this.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully we can have some parties soon.
I know, but I still think, from what I'm reading and seeing, and I work a lot with the city on all like the new mitigations and everything. And, we are making a lot of progress with vaccination. And I do think over the summer, as things start to loosen up even more, I mean, as we're all gathering together safely, I mean, this is a perfect thing to share with everyone, because it might be something they hadn't tried during the pandemic. I mean, I think what I've learned about this, time that we've all spent together here, like in this space, people love to experiment and like try new things. And I think in the beginning, it was a lot of, nervous buying and making sure like you had enough, canned beans for the next 3 months. But now when I see people in the stores, like they want to try new things. And this is something that if someone has not tried before, we need to let them know about it, Leah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the inspiration for your flavors, are they just sort of things that you, like you said, when the mule, was popular and, or in Margaret, like, do you just pull flavors of things that interest you?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I tend to look at what are some of the biggest superfoods of the time.
Okay.
And I'll start with that, and then I'll pair that with something that's a little bit more common and relatable. And then I also kind of do one thing that's got some sweetness to it, and the other thing that really doesn't have sweetness.
Okay.
So that the overall drink is not too sweet.
We have a question. Alan from Facebook wants to know, which one would you recommend for any occasion?
Well, that's where I say that an apple a day. Yeah, the apple is just, it's kind of, most people like it who have different palates, everyone can kind of come together on the apple one. Yeah, it's just like apple pie,
Yeah. Everyone loves apple pie and apple, right?
It's America,
Yeah, I do love them all. So I have to say I'm fangirling all of them right now. So I don't know if I could pick a favorite when we're done. I know we still have one left to go.
Yep.
When you were experimenting with your flavors, was there anything you tried that was like so not great? You were like, oh, we can't do this one.
Oh my gosh, I've tried so many things. I've probably tried 60, 70 things at this point. What was the worst? Let me think about that and I'll get back to you. There's
and then tell us also, because this is, the way you market it, that it's clean. So what makes it like a clean drink?
Yeah. So the biggest differentiator is that it's certified organic. And I love kind of sharing with people what that means because I didn't know about it when I started social. When I started, I was going to use all natural flavors, but I got the recipe and it said synthetic this and synthetic that. And I said, what the heck? I thought all natural was like real, And it is, there's different qualifications, but it just wasn't quite as pure as I was hoping for. And so I actually delayed the launch by 4 months and made sure that everything was organic. And even within organic, there's different classifications. There's 75% organic, 95% organic, and 100. And that just shows like what ratio of ingredients are organic certified.
Right.
And so social is like 99.5%.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what makes it really clean. It's just everything in there has been certified. It's, it's on the special list of you can use it, which is not a long list.
Right. I really love that. I mean, I love that it is organic. It definitely feels like, I don't know, like it feels clean. Like it's very like easy to drink. It's very crisp. I mean, honestly, they're so refreshing. And I was running around all day on International Women's Day. So when I finally sat down, I was like, oh, I needed this like refreshment. It was really uplifting. So
yeah.
All right, I think we should try the next flavor. And then I have a few more questions and we can take questions. Oh, actually, Vicky Scott has a great question. What do you recommend for Italian dishes as I make lasagna a lot for friends?
Oh gosh, that's such a great question. Actually, this one, I would probably say, this is the strawberry rose. And this one is sort of our most romantic, someone told me, they described it like this, and I loved it. They said, it tastes like a dream come true.
Aww.
And it has real rose in it. It has organic rose essence in it. And then strawberries. So it's just, I'd probably have it maybe towards the end of the meal, maybe with a little chocolate, or just if you're really feeling kind of, just whimsical.
Right. And again, when you open these cans, I mean, you just get such a burst of like this amazing like bouquet of smells. Like it's the only way I can describe it. Like I smell the berry. It smells like very fresh strawberry and very, fresh rose petals, but in a way that's like so appealing. I mean, you've totally nailed this flavoring concept. And it's really, they taste really like real flavors. I feel sometimes you try something that's strawberry and it doesn't really taste like strawberry, but your flavors really do come through strong.
Thank you. Yes, yeah, this one is definitely it's a, a little on the sweeter side versus the other ones, but
Yes.
it's its own thing, you know?
Right. I would love to add to this, like make it like a strawberry mimosa, like with maybe some pureed strawberry and like maybe a little bit of kava or something, just to kind of like really pick up that flavor. This is a really great. I mean, it tastes like I'm drinking strawberries, so it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely can add little nice things to make it even more like champagne or just, just a dessert, so.
Celebratory. So Alan from Facebook wants to know, like he's asking another question, which is awesome. He says, you're an inspiration to all of us. And you did answer this earlier, but we can go ahead and recap. But what inspired you to do this venture? So we had a few late joiners. Maybe you can tell your
Yeah,
story
yeah.
again.
Yeah, so in general, I had thyroid cancer, and I decided to heal through diet and through mindset changes, a lot of different therapies. And actually, what I learned from that was that um, connecting with each other is incredibly important for our physical and emotional wellness because humans are social animals, we're social creatures. And what I found was that alcohol helps to bring people together to feel more comfortable expressing themselves. But I couldn't find an option out there that personally I just really felt great about drinking. That was lower ABV and organic and so forth. And so, yeah, that's what inspired me. I just wanted, an option to drink to kind of connect that, I felt good about.
I mean, Leah, everyone's, saying God bless you and thanking you, but it's really admirable, everything you've been through and that you holistically, where you treated yourself. I mean, that's, incredible. And I think that speaks, volumes in terms of, what we put in our bodies, really can help us. I really do. I do. And I know at work, we think food is medicine. And that's why we try to offer, really fresh items to people. And I love we're talking about superfoods because I feel they were a hot topic probably like quite a while ago, but now I feel like they're coming back into discussions. And I mean, I've started like eating more of them just because, as I'm getting older too, it's like, I want to have my goji berries and this and that, and just making sure that I'm hitting, that could be a good flavor, goji berry.
Yes, yes. And that would be good with Italian food. I'm trying to figure out something like a red wine, you know, uh,
Right.
yeah. So yeah, goji berry, that could be good.
Okay, I want to help you think of something because I loved I love Vicky's question because it was like, what would you eat with pasta, or like a heavier, cheese and
Yeah.
pasta dish.
And that's exactly been the thing I've been struggling with for years, trying to figure out. So any ideas, please let me know, Amanda, or anyone.
We're going to think about it. Laura says, from a fellow cancer survivor, I appreciate your importance of a clean organic product. Laura, thank and cheers to you as well. You're all so inspirational, especially now during this time, we really can look up to people like you and Leah, like during this time, especially during Women's History Month. So this has been, a really great time for us all to reconnect and hear about each other's successes. So Leah, what was like what was your most challenging moment when you were starting this brand?
Oh gosh. I think my most challenging moment at the beginning was getting a distributor to carry us, actually. And I have to thank you. This actually is full circle because you helped me get into Mariano's along with Nina Mariano. You connected us and sorted all that out. And Mariano's was the first retailer ever to carry social. And that was ginormous because the hardest thing when I was getting going was getting a distributor to carry me. They wouldn't do it unless I had a retailer on board. And so by you all accepting social, it really is what got us here in some way, in a huge way, which I didn't realize that until you just asked that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, we all know it's been a whirlwind of a year, but, I've just always was so proud to see your product in the stores. And, I know when I first started, it was like a little hectic in the beginning, but I was really happy that we were able to get, your product in the stores. And I think, what I personally love about local our local vendors and our brands is like, I love the story behind the brand. I think, you could see social on the shelf and think like, oh, this looks so interesting. And right now, this is like what everyone's really, into right now. But to meet you and to hear about your background and your story and the effort, I really try to be mindful a lot of our local vendors and how much passion they put into their project. There's a lot of you, including you, it's your dream, like to create this brand and grow it. And we really want to provide the support to do that at Mariano. So we're happy to do it.
Thank you. It really makes all the difference, to support local brands and small brands. Because as you
Right.
know, I mean, when you're starting up and even 8 years in, smaller brands face some pretty big challenges, and it can inconvenience the retailers. And so it's so helpful when they're supportive and they're
Right.
understanding. And that's Mariano's has always been that way since the start. I know I have many friends that have brands in there as well with their food and beverage companies. And I think you're the most supportive, absolutely, hands down, in Chicago and Illinois. So thank you very much.
Thanks. We tried to be, lately we've had this campaign out there called What's Next at Mariano. So if anyone here on the call or on Facebook knows any great local brands, they can reach out to us, because we really want to help find local vendors that are ready for retail, like we like to call it. But we understand that there's some coaching and just some behind the scenes stuff that, we only take a certain, PLU and, that kind of stuff. So there's like the nitty gritty nuts and bolts stuff, but then there's the mentoring piece where, when you first started out, like, coming into a store, well, here's what we do for marketing. Here's how we're going to do the demos. We kind of really provide a guide, almost like a guidebook of how to accomplish these things so that we're all working together. And I think that really funny ththing I should say is when you started in 2014, there was no social media. I mean, I don't think it existed, right? Or it had just started.
Yeah, just getting going, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it had been around, but nothing like it is today.
Right. But I think that is now such a vehicle for, strong marketing, because we all can work together, not just, the brand promoting it or you promoting it or us promoting it, but we're really working together to get, that buzz going. And Sarah, that's what Sarah does and manages, and she does it so awesome, as well as she organizes all these Zooms. So thank you for always making sure they go smoothly. And Sarah's mom's on the call too. So we got to give a big props to Sarah's mom on International Women's Day for raising such an awesome person who I can't do my job without. So thank you.
Yay, moms.
Yay, moms. Yay, moms. All right, we'll take questions from people. And then if anyone, anything else, Leah, you want us to know, I mean, I'm really going to be stocking this in my home fridge more regularly. It's so great to come home, from a crazy day and enjoy this.
Yeah. No, I'm so grateful to Mariano's. I'm so grateful to the Chicago community because, we were founded there, we're headquartered there. I did my undergrad there, and most of my team is there. And I'm kind of bopping around all over the country now. Just we're actually national, so we're in all 50 states now.
Amazing.
We're in some pretty large national retailers as well. And yeah, I mean, it's been quite a journey, but the Chicago community has been so incredibly supportive, and I'm just so grateful for it. And also very proud of all the entrepreneurs out there, but especially the women today, all the other women entrepreneurs out there who are really, doing it day in, day out, overcoming so many challenges. And just kudos to all of you. And just hopefully this tells you that you just got to keep going. Because if you do, inevitably something works out.
Random question. What did you do before social?
So I did sales for Nestle. I was in food and beverage sales for like 8 years. Yep. So I started out calling on grocery stores. I'd go and I was a sales rep, and and then I was the headquarters, and then I was actually I called on Roundy's up in Wisconsin. When yep.
Our home office. Yeah.
Yeah. Small world.
I'll be there tomorrow. I might bring some of the social just to remind everybody. So make sure yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Well, we loved having you. I feel like Sarah and I have a little more work cut out for us in terms of partnering with you on, I love the food pairing and the cocktail idea. I love that we're inspiring, some of the our guests here on Zoom to try the product if they haven't tried it already. For those of you who shop in our stores, we actually have a local rack, like in the back of the store. It just says like I'm local. But today I was in Naperville and this woman was like looking at every single item, and I like happened to be like running by, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna buy that honey? That honey is amazing, and here's why you should try it. So we put a lot of effort and a lot of like goodwill into like curating these items and working with the owners, and they all have great stories, like I said, like Leah, whose story is very special. But I think for us, like, we love featuring them, so make sure we all support local, support women, and we should actually, Sarah, we should make a list of all of our women-owned businesses and post that maybe, so we can give everyone a guide. But we're grateful for all of you being here tonight. And hopefully we'll see you. We have a full schedule this month with other great female entrepreneurs and that we want to lift up. And we'll hopefully see you another time. And Leah, we're going to get you in the store soon, hopefully, once COVID,
Yes, I can't wait. I would love to come and do some tastings and meet some people. Yeah, anytime. Just let me know.
One other thing, pairing wise, I was just thinking, because I'm hungry. I think we have great cheese boards at the store. I think this is a perfect like cheese and charcuterie. It's also light, salamis, cheeses. I know that's not always the healthiest choice, but I think they would go really well.
And that'd be so fun because you could try a little bit of this and the different cheeses and meats. Yeah, super fun.
We have like fun, like in our cheese departments, we have like different flavored jams, like some are cherry, some actually I think we have a hibiscus one, and some are spicy. I mean, I think you can really get creative with the choices that we have.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. I think we're good on questions. And Leah, we're just so thankful to you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all so much. You all have a wonderful night.
Oh, wait, we have one question. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Everyone, hold on. Question from FB. Tuning in late, interested in trying this beverage. So social is the name you asked for. Yes, it's social, sparkling wine. And there's, we carry the 4 flavors? We do.
Yeah, yep. They're in 4-packs, or some stores also have it in the 8-pack as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just learned though that we're still catching up with her production, so you might not see it at all the stores, but we're going to make sure that we get that all queued up and corrected, because I don't want to disappoint Laura Zoller, who I want to make sure she gets it when she goes in. Awesome. Okay. All right. I think we're going to officially sign off. But Leah, thank you. Thanks for being such an inspiration and an awesome leader in the community. And we look forward to working with you more.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And you all stay safe out there. And
yes.
International Women's Day.
Yep. Bye, everybody.